Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the Ragsdale Rumble. I am your host, Big Mike, and we are joined, as always, by the talent of the show, everybody's favorites, Herb and Raj. We'll start with you, Herb, since you're on my left on my screen. How you doing tonight, Herb? As you choked to death, I guess?
I'm choking to death on Sour Patch Kids, but I'm
Well,
also choking to
hopefully-
death on this huge lead I have over Raj. All of a sudden, it's like
I knew
his
it was
picks have
coming.
been
I knew he wasn't choking on anything.
putrid. There's no more logjam at first place anymore. I've got
there
it.
is not. There's
Yes.
definitely a clear leader.
I'm officially second banana.
You are
you
especially
are,
second
as of
banana.
right now.
I'm sorry. Your picks have been very leaky lately.
Speaking of the second banana, Raj, welcome in, Raj. How are you today?
Since it's Thanksgiving Day, I'm doing fantastically splendid on this beautiful Thursday evening. And despite all of the negative comments that have been thrown my way via Herb, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
I believe I texted you this morning that you were the best brother ever.
So what?
All right.
Wow. Okay.
So as you can
We
tell,
started
this
early.
rivalry week. So as you can tell by the chatter going on and by my little tag under my name, it is rivalry week. A lot of rivalry games going on. And as everybody knows, if you follow college football in rivalries, the record doesn't matter. The rankings don't matter. Who's at home, who's away doesn't matter. It's all about bad blood, all about good old fashioned hate, as some of them may say. So as sticking with tradition during these picks, we will not be talking about lines. We will not be talking about records, rankings, who's at home, who's away. We will just go straight up head to head and pick games that way. Just as a programming note, as we record, the Ole Miss Mississippi State game has already started. We did get together beforehand. Both Raj and Herb are picking Ole Miss. So we will not really talk about that game because it is ongoing as we record. But those picks have been recorded and are official. Going forward, Herb did mention the lead. He does have a 3-game lead. Herb is 76 and 50.
Okay.
Raj is 73 and 53. Still very respectable records by both.
Whatever.
Raj, you may be in second place, but you're still 20 games over 500. So there is that. It's not like you're struggling. You're just not doing quite as good.
I'm in second place out of 2 people, so I'm in last.
Well, if you want to count me, I haven't got a pick right all year.
No,
So
we're not counting
if
you.
that makes you feel any better, I am third because I haven't picked any games. But whatever during this Thanksgiving makes you feel a little bit better.
This not
Everyone said not helping.
Being that this is the last game of the last week of the regular season, we do have championship week next week, and we will have bowl picks coming up in the next few weeks as we go through every bowl game. So there are still a lot of picks left over. But since there is a 3-game lead so late in the season, Raj, I will give you the opportunity. You don't have to take it. To go first or last. You can pick which one you want to go on every single game. If you want Herb to pick every game first and you just go against him or for him, whatever you want to do, or if you want to keep it the traditional format, however you want to go.
I want to go first every single game.
You want to go first every single game?
And
after that,
knock him out the box, Raj. Knock him out.
That could be very, very, very tricky because if Herb just picks every game that you pick, then nothing will change. So
I'm going to tell you right now, not happening. I've already got one game in mind that I'm picking the opposite of what he picks.
Tricks it for kids. I'm a man.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not wimping out like that.
That's good to hear. I'm glad. Smarter coaches may say take the knee and take the win, but you like to live.
Mike just called me stupid in the middle of that.
No.
Mike just called me dumb.
I'm like the Lane
Smarter coaches would take the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not everybody does. The analytics sometimes say you got to go for it.
Let's just say, Mike, if I took a knee, ratings would plummet.
All right. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the ratings numbers for the last few episodes. I don't know how far they could drop for what we've got now. But who knows?
This is depressing. Hey, go get good Mike. Go get good Mike. Go get uplifting
Good Mike.
Mike.
Good Mike is currently taking a nap from Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
This is what you got. You guys are the talent. You guys do have great picks. Again, great records. One just a little bit ahead of the other. But it is rivalry week, so we will get back to the competition. And as Raj said, he will pick first in every game. He's got the first pick. First up, we will go to the great state of Kentucky, Louisville versus Kentucky in a great rivalry game. Raj, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Louisville. I think prior to the season, I probably would have leaned more in Kentucky's favor, despite where the game is. Obviously, it's in Kentucky regardless. Louisville has been playing a lot better this season. They're 10-1. Looks like they're going to go into the ACC championship and play Florida State. I got Louisville. They're favored by 7.5 right now. I think Louisville's got the better offense too. I'm going to go with Louisville in this game.
Yeah, this is one of those. Like he said, originally you might be thinking upset pick, but I've been listening to I tried to listen to the Kentucky podcast after our game. Before and after the game, they were talking about basketball, so they never covered the game at all. So that's
Season's
enough
over.
said. Yeah, Louisville in this one.
And they had so much promise going into the season too. A lot of people picked Kentucky to be second in the East. Maybe a battle with Tennessee for second or third, but I mean they were supposed to be pretty high up there. And with Missouri coming on and Tennessee being good and Georgia just still being Georgia, it didn't meet up expectations, so I can kind of see why they're down. But we will see what happens in that game. So everybody's going with Louisville. So that's 2 games so far, 2 agreements. Traveling a little bit further south into the state of North Carolina, which sounds weird, traveling south to the state of North Carolina. I guess geographically that works, but I don't know. So North Carolina does go into North Carolina State, another good in-state rivalry. Raj, as Herb chokes again, who do you have and why?
This is an interesting one. NC State's now ranked a little higher than North Carolina. Both teams are 8-3. I'm going to go with Drake May and UNC. I think that offense will get the job done. I just don't think NC State's offense has really shown me anything all year. I don't think they could put up more than 14 points in this game. And North Carolina, although their defense is somewhat putrid, I think they'll still be able to get at least 28-35 on NC State. I'm going with UNC.
Yeah,
so I hate UNC has a full putrid defense, not even leaky. It's full out putrid.
Oh, it's full on putrid and it's very leaky at times. Like Raj said, I made a declaration early on in this when NC State burned me very early in the year. I was never picking them again, so we're going UNC in this one.
Wait, and remind me if I'm wrong. Didn't you pick North Carolina State last week and win with them?
I want to say you did.
You did. So I don't know.
Who are they playing? Did they redeem themselves last week?
It's actually one of the 3 games you took a lead on. They were playing Virginia Tech.
Oh, was I picking NC State or was I picking against Raj?
I didn't write that.
So you're all infallible over there. Okay.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say, Herb?
Infallible?
Oh wow, we got another one.
That is not another one.
Wow.
So I'll actually go with Herb on that one. I've heard that one quite a bit.
Thank you.
I've heard that word, but Herb doesn't say that word a lot. I mean, my vocabulary since I've been on this show has just been.
Well, I mean, when you're around the greatness of Herb, I mean that tends to happen. You should know, as his brother, who's lived.
I'm just gonna start talking like this. Me Herb, me pick NC.
He is secretly like one of the best English teachers in the nation. Infallible.
There it is. Infallible. Again, make sure to tune in after the bowl season where we may actually have a spelling bee if there's a tie.
Yeah.
If everything comes out, the spelling bee, Herb and Rod's spelling bee may be the tiebreaker at the end of the season if everything's all tied up. But everybody going with North Carolina. We're going to travel down a little bit further again into the state of South Carolina. Where Clemson comes in and plays South Carolina out of the SEC. Again, for going with the rules this week, Raj, who do you have and why?
I'm going to go with Clemson. They're on somewhat of a resurgence over the past few weeks.
No.
Oh, no? I thought resurgence. Okay.
No,
come on. That word didn't make the cut. if Herb had said it, it would have made the cut. Okay.
Because I just get mine in there. You went resurgence.
Oh, my gosh. Ever since that was rant a few weeks ago, I think
Clemson, you were trying to shoehorn that one into the conversation.
I was trying to what?
Shoehorn that one into the conversation.
Shoehorn. Oh my gosh.
That's an actual Mike has heard it.
We have. Yes. But we will look, I will give you the fact to say that resurgence can be on the periphery of all the other big words that we bring up.
Right.
This is an infallible shoehorn periphery. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh!
Look, we not be able to help you in your gambling.
Are you here? Raj? Are you here for the picks or for the vocabulary?
Look, I mean, I'm going with Clemson. Ever since Dabo's rant a few weeks ago,
that's not my question though. Are you here for the picks or for the vocabulary?
Do you learn more from
the picks? 80% of the vocabulary.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just here to learn.
look, anybody watching this, if you have kids that are in like 6th, 7th grade and they have vocabulary tests, make sure you go back and watch all the episodes. We may not give definitions, but we'll definitely give you some good words to go back and help teach your kids.
Yes.
But I wouldn't suggest making your picks off of ours because they're moving on. Who do you have in the game?
I got Clemson ever since Dabo's rant a few weeks ago. I think Clemson's won all those games. They're looking good, looking like they actually might finish the season with 9 wins this year. So somewhat of a good turnaround. They're still gonna end up with 4 losses, which I didn't expect, but ending up 9-4, I mean, it's not bad. So I got Clemson in this game.
At the end of the year, we're going to find out that caller was a plant by Dabo, so he could just go off and get his team motivated. So.
Planted. I will say that is 1,000% something Dabo would use. Just going off on a caller, whether it was a plant or not, who knows. But using that moment of going off on a random caller on your call-in show to turn your team season around, that they've been undefeated ever since, and they played decent teams. It's not like they've been playing. The Rutgers of the world. They've been playing decent teams and winning, all after that. I guess whatever you got to do to pump your team up. If it's going off on one of your fans, so be it. Somebody's got to fall on that sword. And I guess Tyler from Spartanburg fell on the sword for him. All right. Well, so we'll move on a little bit further south again, moving down the east coast of the country. We are moving down into the great state of Florida. Florida State coming in against Florida. Heartbreaking loss for Florida State. You can't mention this game without mentioning, man, God, I hope Jordan Travis is okay. I know he's probably not going to be playing the rest of the season, but hopefully that thing gets healed for his future and for his his health in general. Our heart goes out to that kid who is an amazing player. But, the games do go on, so we will still make the pick. Florida versus Florida State. Rod, who do you have and why?
Even after Jordan Travis's injury, the backup quarterback from Florida State, what's the gentleman's name? Rodemaker, I believe. He still looked good for a backup. But again, it's North Alabama, so it's kind of hard to say whether he's going to be a good backup quarterback, and I honestly have no idea. Florida is the home team, although the game is in – I guess it's in what is it, Florida?
It's in Florida.
Yeah, I got that. That came out completely wrong. Sorry about that.
We're used to it from you.
Somewhere in the state of Florida. That's all there is.
I don't know. Florida State's favored by 6.5, so I'm like,
which is correct.
The question is their backup going to be good enough to beat Florida? And I'm not saying like Florida's like Alabama, Georgia, but is the backup good?
Keep in mind, Utah's backup was good enough to beat Florida.
You're right. I'm going to go with Florida State to cover in this game. I just think that Florida's starting. Or I think Graham Mertz is just that bad, so I don't think Florida's getting the job done.
So you're not picking Florida State. You're picking against Florida.
No, I'm picking Florida State and against Florida. I guess
Yeah, you're just not picking Florida. Is what he was saying? Yeah. It's not necessarily you feel that great about Florida State. You just feel that bad about Florida.
I just feel that bad about Florida.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'm going with Florida State also. But my pick is like purely like I have no faith in Florida at all. So I'll go with Florida State. Though at least a week to prepare. So I think that'll be a little bit better for them. And hopefully it's not that big. There's going to be a drop off, but maybe not that big a drop off. And I think the defense will still come to play. So Florida State.
Yep.
All right, there we go. So that is 5 games picked and 5 agreements. No disagreements just yet. So the fabled game that Herb was talking about that he knows he's going to pick off of Raj has not happened, obviously. And you can't really go any further south than Florida. So we will move west to the state of Texas. Start off. Actually, you know what? We're going to make a stop in Louisiana first. Texas A&M travels to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. Rod, you have a why?
I got LSU winning about 35-21 in this game, or maybe 48-20. Or sorry, I'm going to go 41-21, something like that. I just think that Jaden Daniels is going to put on another good performance. A&M's offense isn't that strong. I think Walter Nolan is still hurt, I believe. I know he got injured early in the season. I'm not sure if he's back or not. But even with that said, I think there's a lot going on in A&M. Jimbo's out. A lot of players are probably wondering what they're going to do. I'm hoping some of them, the good ones, might want to transfer to certain schools. We'll see what happens. Maybe Evan Stewart, maybe Walter Nolan. Anyway, with that being said, I think LSU's offense. I'm not recruiting. I'm just saying if Evan Stewart or Walter Nolan want to come to Bama, we're not going to turn them down. I
don't remember which one, but one of their big stud wide receivers is planning to enter the portal, and
that's Evan Stewart.
Yeah, On Three or somebody projected Alabama for him to come to. He's number 1 or whatever. I don't remember the name.
That's Evan Stewart. So yeah, if he wants to come on by. Anyway, I got LSU in this game.
Yeah, LSU rolls in this one, especially at home. You get the feeling like Texas A&M just wants the season to be over with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's odd, when they brought in Petrino, did they name him interim? I don't remember who they named as interim coach.
I didn't know if they got anybody coaching.
So you would figure that would have been the plan, but I haven't really heard anything about that. So that kind of makes you wonder, what they're thinking as far as that's concerned too, because Petrino's got the experience. But who knows? Maybe they don't like him either. But with that said, everybody picking LSU.
Yep.
Now we will move on into the state of Texas from our stop in Baton Rouge to the game that I know all Alabama fans will be concerned with outside of the Iron Bowl. Texas Tech taking on Texas, that heated rivalry. Obviously everybody looking at Texas as that team right ahead of Alabama who beat Alabama earlier in the season for playoff implications. Raj, who do you have first and why?
I was hoping that Texas would have lost last week to Iowa State.
Yeah. Felt like they should have at times too.
I think they should have, but I really want Tech. I really want Tech to win this game. Trust me, we all do, but I don't think it's going to happen. Texas is a 13.5 favorite at home. They got the offense. Things are rolling with Texas, so I'm going to go with Texas in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, going to Texas. I thought you had a great pick last week, Raj. Not gonna lie, and
no, I know I did.
It looked. I'm going with Texas in this game.
Started with a compliment. You got shut down.
Yeah,
with a compliment. That's very on the nose for the product. So we appreciate that.
We're nothing if not consistent.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Everybody going with Texas in that game. Moving on, going a little bit north. We will stay in the Big 12. Iowa State and Kansas State. Not much going on in this game, but just another rivalry game. So, Raj, who do you have and why? Iowa State and Kansas State.
I'm going to go with Kansas State. I honestly don't have too many reasons why. I know they have a better record. They're favored by 10. I guess that is enough reasons why they're playing at home. So I'm going to go with Kansas State.
Yeah.
I mean, even the way they played Texas last week.
I'm sorry?
I said even the way they played Texas last week, almost
the way they played Texas. I think, I think they gave Texas it all, and they still came up short. I think Kansas State's going to win this game.
Yeah, I think that was more of like a Super Bowl for Iowa State, especially at home, and a chance to knock off Texas. So you kind of get more of a letdown. The offense is definitely putrid. Kansas State wins this one.
All right, there we go. Both competitors going with Kansas State. Staying again in the Big 12, TCU travels into Oklahoma to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. Go ahead, Raj. Who do you have and why?
I got OU. TCU has had a huge downfall from making it to the national championship game last year, which they did show up in, and which all three of us watched we watched some of the game. It really wasn't much of a game. We were all together, but anyway.
Yeah, we were in the same domicile.
We were
not actually watching
to watch the beatdown. Anyway, TCU is just not the same. OU's still got 2 losses on the season, but Dylan Gabriel's looking pretty good, putting up some big numbers. I got OU in that offense rolling big in this game.
Yeah, I think that's really all I can say about that one. TCU probably just wants the season over with. Oklahoma has like a small chance of still getting back to the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, there's like 3 teams out of that division that are 6-2.
Because there's a log jam at second place.
There is a log jam.
I think it's Oklahoma State up there right now. It's Texas, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but
only because I think Oklahoma State has the tiebreaker.
Right.
It's Oklahoma State, OU, and Kansas State. So all 3 are 6-2. But I think Oklahoma State have beaten both teams, so they would currently hold a tiebreaker if all 3 teams win. So if that were to happen, then Oklahoma State would have the tiebreaker and would go and have would actually play Texas. They haven't played Texas this year, so that would actually be a new game for Texas next week in the championship game.
Oklahoma State. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Gundy works miracles.
Yep.
He used to be 40.
Yeah.
About 20 years ago, I think.
You've been rocking a mullet for 20 years, so you got to believe in a guy. Believe in a guy who can carry that out.
Who can carry that
out? And I apologize. I actually missed an East Coast game that I had as I was trying to kind of go in geographic order.
We're out west now. Like there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, but we're going to travel back, much like
I don't even remember what's on the East Coast anymore, Mike.
And look, no, I only did this because we asked for suggestions during you guys' live show the other day. We did ask for just suggestions, and this was one of the suggestions, which is why it was kind of on the bottom of my list, and I did miss it, so I apologize for that. But we will talk about the heated rivalry, two major programs of Georgia State and Appalachian State.
I'm picking this game under protest.
Well, and you can do that, but we said to be true to our listeners that we would take suggestions. This was one of the suggestions. So being true to our fans, or more importantly, really your fans, because it was doing your live show. That was one of the games, and I want to say it was Beast, the Georgia fan that you guys talked to. I can't remember his real name. Beast Media, Randy. Yep, I want to say this was one of his picks. So we will go with it. So Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. Who do you have and why, Raj?
I can't tell you why. There's no way I'm going to grab my phone and look up anything regarding this game. But I am going to go with Appalachian State because they beat Michigan like a long time ago in a big upset. I think it was like 2007.
Yeah. Appalachian State has a better record by one game, and they're favored by 9. I'm going with Appy State.
Yeah.
I hope. So.
Okay. And they did beat North Carolina last year, I think.
I believe they did.
Randy better watch this video.
Yes.
Well, you've got his number. You need to text him and tell him. So we did go with that. That is one of the suggestions.
I don't have Randy's number. We're not that privileged. Randy, I hope if you're watching this, we don't have your number. We're not that privileged.
Yeah, we don't have Randy's number.
Yeah,
Randy, look, all of us are on Twitter. My Twitter handle's there. Raj is there. Herb's there. So just send us your number. We'll text you at all hours of the night just to make sure you're tucked in and good to go. That's more Herb. He normally does that. Me and Raj are more normal hours. Herb is the one that'll text you that he's outside your window at 2:00 in the morning, but that's neither here nor there.
3 times, Mike. Why are we still bringing that up?
Because it was last night, and that's why I'm tired. That's why Good Mike's taking a nap after Thanksgiving because you kept knocking on the window and texting me all night.
It's so weird.
It's weird. I think it was weird a long time ago.
Oh my gosh!
But we'll move on into the next game. We'll say that for last. We're going to go all the way out west into the Pac-12. We will start out with another suggestion. This one was from Lady Alpha. She suggested that we talk about UCLA and Cal. So we will pick that game. Roger, up first. Who do you have and why?
What's the line on that game?
UCLA -9.
There you go.
I'll go with UCLA because they're favored by 9.
And you get to say UCLA?
Yeah, and I wanted to say UCLA, so I'm going to go UCLA.
Yeah. UCLA, I think, better defense combined with a decent enough offense. Interesting for this game, Cal does need to win to become bowl eligible, but I think UCLA will be just too strong. Isn't UCLA coming off of like an embarrassing loss too? Yeah, they lost badly to no, they beat USC, and before those 2 weeks, they lost to both Arizonas. So I think as long as they avoid Arizona, they'll be fine. It may be the state of Oregon, but I'm taking UCLA over this one.
All right, there we go.
Thank you, Lady Alpha.
Yes, thank you, Lady Alpha. We appreciate all your suggestions. Another game that Alabama fans will be watching very closely. It is the Apple Cup that also got mentioned a couple times during the live stream the other day, but we were going to pick this one anyway just because of its implications. If you want to put that word in there too, the implications is a big word as well. But we do use it quite often, so it's not one of the weird words.
Implications doesn't slide in. I'll get no guess.
Yeah, I use it quite a bit, because a lot of things, implications. Anytime you're talking about playoffs or records and things like that, we do use it quite a bit. But it is Washington and Washington State, the good old Apple Cup. Raj, who do you have and why?
I'm going to go with Michael Penix Jr. He's going to bring the big Penix energy, and I think what? He's going to bring the big Penix energy, and I think Washington wins. I think they covered their lines by 16, so I think Washington's going to win this game. What? Desmond Howard said it.
We all have our roles. Who makes the lame music jokes around here?
You.
Look,
thank you.
Look, I hate to go back.
You're now an anti-hero, Raj. But
Desmond Howard said it first.
I hate to be that guy to bring us back to when we were all kids. But Raj, if Desmond Howard jumped off of a bridge, would you follow him and jump off that bridge too?
Absolutely. But give me some viewers, yeah.
Yeah.
He won a Heisman. Good for our podcast.
He did win a Heisman. We actually talked about him on the live show. He was one of the.
You know what that would do for our podcast? You know how many views we would get? Of course, I'd jump off the bridge.
Yeah.
Duh.
Well, there you go. That's a good off-season video there. Stay tuned sometime this summer. Raj may or may not jump off a bridge.
All right. Sounds good.
So tune into the Herb and Raj podcast to find out.
Yeah.
Raj, even though you're being an anti-hero, I'm going to try and shake it off and make this next pick. I'm still going to go with Washington.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Still going with Washington.
There's so much bad blood right now.
Both of you need to calm down.
Oh, my gosh.
And now we will move on. I didn't know. Are we picking a Chiefs game? Is that what's going on here? I'm not sure what's happening. Is Travis going to be a special guest?
This is infallible.
Yeah, let's keep Taylor Swift on the periphery of this video, just so we can keep on with picking the game.
Really, Raj?
I got a logjam brewing. I'm gonna have to use the bathroom soon.
Then we will rush through and get the rest of these picks in. Moving on to the state of Oregon. Bo Nix and Oregon going and play, or having Oregon State and DJ Ukulele coming in to battle. Who do you have, guys? Who do you have, Raj, and why?
I'm going to go with Oregon. I think their offense is – I think both teams have a good defense, but I think Oregon has a better offense, and Bo Nix is clearly better than DJU. So I think Oregon's going to win. I don't think they're going to cover, though. I do have them win. I am winning by about 10, but I don't know about 2 touchdowns.
Oregon's motivated to get back to the Pac-12 game, and I think it's a lot about style points. So I think they actually do cover. And I think Bo Nix and his Michael and his cousin Michael Penix will both put on good performances this weekend as they push for the Heisman.
All right.
So is he going to have big Nix energy?
He's going to have big Nix energy, and they'll have big Penix energy, and they will both show out.
Oh, what do we?
Or I guess you could go Oregon and say he's going to be bodacious, which I still think is the dumbest Heisman campaign ever.
Yes. Just stick to uniforms, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just stick to that, and that's it. All right, moving on. The biggest win of the season last year, we were going to pick this team just because we're all Alabama fans and we were all interested in this team now because of the team they beat last week, playing another team from Alabama, trying to be the champions of Alabama before the Iron Bowl. Jacksonville State travels out west to meet New Mexico State. Raj, who do you have and why?
I'm going to go with New Mexico State because they beat down Auburn last week. Though I can't tell you anything else other than that. I guess New Mexico State's they're I think they're 8-3 now.
Yeah. They are.
I'll have to buy a New Mexico State shirt for sure.
We're both going with New Mexico State, so I'm gonna take that.
All right, Herb, do you agree?
Yes, sir. I agree.
New Mexico State.
We can never pick against the Auburn Killers. Like, come on.
Right.
Well, hopefully that didn't piss them off too much, and they come in playing. But that's another video for another time. And last but not least, boys, the big game, the one everybody's been waiting for. Ohio State and Michigan. Of course, Michigan without their coach, but does it really matter in this rivalry game? X out all the M's, whatever you want to say about their rivalry, the second greatest rivalry in sports behind the Iron Bowl, obviously. Herb, you're up first. Michigan or Ohio State in the big game.
Rob is up first.
Well, I said Rob, so I combined both your names. So I got the first part of Rod's right. So Rod, you're up first.
Okay.
I don't think that's what happened.
I don't know where to lean. Michigan's favored by 3.5. They're playing at home. I feel like if Ohio State had a different quarterback, they would win this game by a nice little margin.
Realizing like the second half of the last 2 games, the Michigan quarterback's thrown like 5 passes. Right?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Ohio State. I think McCord's not a bad quarterback, but I just feel like they could. I feel like Ohio State should be averaging like 30 a game, but they're just not.
Yeah, especially with a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. out there.
Exactly, and I think Michigan's going to play a nice ground and pound type game and try to control the ball, pretty much like they did the last 2 years when they beat Ohio State. So I'm going to go with Michigan. I think they're going to 3-peat. Herb.
All right, the dance has already started.
Here we go.
The preview is here. Herb.
We're taking Ohio State.
All right.
They figure out a way to get it done. And this was the one I was thinking about the entire time. I do have a change though, Mike. Especially being up 2 games, I want to give it a chance. 3 games. Well, at least maybe change 1 more to give it a chance to get a little closer.
And you don't have to. There's still a lot of games left.
I've been thinking about this game. I've been thinking about this game for a while though. I want to go with NC State instead of North Carolina.
Okay.
Wow, all that talk about going against NC State and everything else, you're going to change.
Well, as soon as I picked them, the moderator went back and looked in the archives and was like, back in 72, you picked NC State. So I'm going NC State.
Look, I may not know either of your names apparently, but I can always go back and look at what I wrote down and pick whose team picked what. You may not even pick NC State. Who knows if I got the name right when I wrote that down then? Who knows?
No, I think you've come a long way from the beginning of the year where we didn't know where anybody was playing. So we've evolved.
Yeah. Look, we just try to get better every day, and today's not one of those days because it's a holiday. It is Thanksgiving Day.
But everything we're doing now can be excused. So I'm taking Ohio State and NC State as my two differing picks.
All right.
There you go. And I'm sure with those two picks being different, I will still get a text in a couple of days wondering what games are different.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody pays attention to the show. I almost texted you just to say to go back and watch your own show. But
Mike is so
wait. Full disclosure, you were already crying about me being mad at you for no reason whatsoever.
What happened to Mike tonight? There's a lot of passive aggressive energy going on tonight. There's a lot of anger. Like, what do we do to you, Mike?
I think I may have eaten the spicy Cajun turkey, so there's a lot of spice.
Apparently, you're not a happy guy tonight.
I'm very happy. I've been smiling the whole video.
Yeah,
just because I'm a little bit spicier and I've taken a few more shots than I normally do. And both of you,
like usually you're on Raj's side.
It is
the whole neighborhood.
It is rivalry week. We got to keep the banner going for rivalry week.
Yeah.
Little did you guys know, this is a three-way rivalry. Brothers fight. And I'm the closest thing to a white brother you guys have. So there it is. I love you both, but you always got to have a little bit of banner going back and forth.
We will not be texting you then at all, Mike. Jeez.
I'm going to text you.
We did not know it bothered you that much. I will not text you.
Herb, you know good and well, I look forward to your texts every day, even 2 a.m. at night when you're
gosh. Will you guys just go ahead and get back together now? Good Lord. This is ridiculous.
I forgive you. I love you. Sorry. On that, we will end this video. Hopefully, everybody has a great weekend. It is Thanksgiving, so really truly hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I am thankful for both of you guys. One, for letting me be a part of this, but two, I am thankful that I first met her and then got introduced to Raj, and you guys are two of my best friends. Which I don't know if that says more about you or me, but see, I can even make fun of myself a little bit. But I am thankful for both of you guys. Allowing me to be part of this and allowing me to be part of your lives, even though I did complain about you texting me. And as we end the video, I do want to take a second for both of you guys to say something you guys are thankful for as well. So, Raj, as we've done every video, we'll go with every pick this week. You'll go first and just say one thing you guys are thankful for.
I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for both of you guys. I'm thankful that we have this platform that we're able to use to just talk about the things that we love, and we have fun doing it. And that's one thing that I emphasize to Herb all the time. And anybody else even trying to venture into the podcast world is if you're having fun doing something, regardless of your following, regardless of subscribers, followers, things of that nature, comments, as long as you're having fun doing something, just continue to do it. That overall, that just makes me even more thankful to do this with you guys every week. So I appreciate both of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
I echo those sentiments about the show and the broadcast, especially since Mike has joined us on here. It's gone up. The fun level, the entertainment level has gone way up. So I'm definitely appreciative of that. And got to mention the family. I know Rod has family over. I've got family over. It's been great to be around family this time of year and just spend time with them. So
I love them too.
Wow.
Oh yeah, those guys too. All those people.
Yeah. They're cool.
Yeah.
But again, as we sign off, thank you guys again. Stay tuned for later in this week that we will be posting Bama versus the World Auburn edition. So make sure you stay tuned to the YouTube channel for that. Go back and watch the live video so you get some of the references we had in the show tonight. And as always, we thank you guys for watching and spending this time with us, taking your time out of your day. And as always, hopefully you have a great Saturday and roll tide.
Roll tide,
everybody.